to another reviews and previews video where I review my teams, Newcastle and Arsenal. So let's review all of the Premier League fixtures from the past week. We've had some midweek fixtures. We've got Leicester 0, Brighton 0, boring game. Tottenham 2, West Ham 0. Man United 3 on Wednesday. Sheffield United 0. Sheffield United in a bad run at the minute. Man United, Martial hat-trick. Newcastle 1, Aston Villa 1, we'll come to that later. Norwich 0, Everton 1, Norwich are going down I think. Everton, okay result for them I guess. Wolves 1, Bournemouth 1, Wolves are on a good run, Bournemouth are in trouble. Liverpool 4, Crystal Palace 0. That ultimately is a big match for the title, as we will see now, because it's Burnley 1, Watford 0. Burnley won that game as a pretty boring game. Southampton 0, Arsenal 2. We'll come to that later as well. And then Chelsea 2, Man City 1, which gave Liverpool the title, obviously. It was a very big match, and City had to win it, and they lost. Fernandinho ultimately lost them the game in the end by handballing and giving a penalty away, getting a red card, which Willian slotted in. And yeah, so there you go. Liverpool are champions. Congratulations to them. They've deserved it all season. Congratulations to them. So anyway, let's review my teams in more depth. So first of all, we'll go to Newcastle. If it'll load, yep. 1-1 is an okay result for us. It's a better result for Villa. It was a pretty boring game in the first half. Nobody really had any big chances. A couple of half chances all around everywhere. But then in the second half, it sort of sparked to life a bit, because Andy Carroll was brought on by Steve Bruce, and then Matt Ritchie got injured, so Dwight Gale came on. Oh, why is it doing this? It keeps doing this to me. Sorry about that. Anyway, Dwight Gale came on, and he scored. Andy Carroll assisted, so the two subs combined. So yeah. It was a good goal, and then unfortunately it was a bit of a sloppy goal to concede from Villa, and then they got one back from a corner. Martin Dubravka spilled it, as you can see in the picture, and Shelvey got in his way a bit. It was a pretty poor thing. It was a good result. It was an okay result for Newcastle. I'd take the draw, because we were getting pushed quite hard in the last 10 minutes, because Villa needed that result really. That's quite a big point for them. We'll come on to the FA Cup next on Sunday for both of my teams in a minute. But now we'll review Arsenal, who beat Southampton 2-0. So we actually got a pretty good result on Thursday. It was pretty good. And Nketiah got the first goal, Eddie. And then from an Alex McCarthy error, he just passed it straight to him and he just tapped it in. Easy enough. And then we were in the whole of the second half, we were defending all the time, and then we got on the break, and Jack Stevens got a red card for fouling Aubameyang. And then we took the free kick, got blocked, Lacazette had a shot, and then Joe Willock came and followed it in. So the two youngsters scored for Arsenal that we had on the pitch. I think Saka played very well. Aubameyang, he didn't score again. That's the longest he's ever gone in the Premier League without scoring. It's 4 games now. That's a big drought for him. Yeah, so hopefully onwards and upwards now. Let's see where we are in the table then. This is how the table is. We've gone up to 9th. Newcastle have stayed in 13th. So yeah, it's pretty decent results this week in the midweek fixtures. So yeah, it's pretty good, I think. So yeah. Anyway, now we're going to go on to the previews. And this week we are in both of my teams are in FA Cup action on Sunday. So first of all, it's Norwich. I'll do a prediction for all of these matches instead of the Premier League matches. I know there are some anyway on Saturday and Sunday, but we don't really care about them. So they're not important. Well, they are important for the teams, but they're not as important as the FA Cup is right now. So on Saturday, we've got Norwich Man United. I think Norwich are going to get absolutely routed there. That could be a good 3-0, 3-1 victory for Man United. Then Sheffield United Arsenal. I'd like to say Arsenal, but then I just know that Sheffield United, although how bad they've been so far after the restart, 3 games, 1 draw, they haven't scored a single goal yet. And Arsenal, I know they did lose there earlier in the season, but hopefully we can win that because we're on a better run of form. We've just won, obviously. I'm just concerned about the fresh legs. Aubameyang's played all of the games. I'm just concerned that he's going to get injured or something like that. But anyway, for that game, I think I'll predict a 1-0 Arsenal. I think we might just squeak it into the semi-finals. I don't know where the semi-finals are going to be played, whether it is going to be at Wembley. Probably will be. And then we have Leicester-Chelsea. This could be a good game. Now, Leicester are on a bit of a bad run. I think this is going to be Leicester 1, Chelsea 2. I think Chelsea will nick it. And then we have Newcastle, Man City. Oh, no. Which way could this go, I wonder? I mean, obviously, Man City are the better team, but I just got a feeling, Newcastle just could spring a surprise here. Because Man City just lost. They played all their good team in the Chelsea game. We've got an extra day rest from them. But we played our good team the other day as well. Played exactly the same, and we got some injuries, unfortunately, Richie and Hayden. So we're going to have to replace them. Hopefully St. Maximin is going to be able to play, and Almiron. Miggy, hopefully, he'll be okay. So yeah, Man City, I think they're going to win, obviously, aren't they? Maybe 2-0 to them. But obviously, Newcastle have got to find a way, because it could go either way. Either Man City could take out their frustration on us after losing the league and absolutely thrash us, or we could just spring some sort of surprise. Even if it was a draw, we get to extra time. That would be quite good. We drew with them earlier in the season, 2-2. But this has a bit more meaning for City. They always like to win the FA Cup. They like to do well in the cups, even if they don't win the league. They're still in the Champions League, of course, which will be played in 2 months' time or so. As for Arsenal, I think they could easily win this, and then again, so could Sheffield United. I don't know, I just feel like it could be anybody's, really, couldn't it? It could be, if all of the teams that you'd think would go through, it could be very good. All the away teams could win, by the looks of it. But probably the best game, I think, will be probably Newcastle Man City, because I think Newcastle will show a bit of fight, because they've started the restart from lockdown very well. They might get something, who knows? They might get nothing. They might just lose. So yeah, those are my reviews and previews for now. There's also some Premier League action this weekend. We've got, on Saturday, it is Aston Villa versus Wolves. That's tomorrow. I think that'll be 2-0 Wolves. We'll just do some of these predictions. I'm going to be back on probably Monday, so I'll just do these 2 predictions here. So we've got Watford, Southampton. I think Watford will win that 2-1. So yeah, there we go. Hopefully Newcastle and Arsenal will do well in the FA Cup. Hopefully at least one of them gets through. If Newcastle get through, that'll be the biggest thing in their history, going to play to Wembley, even if it's in the semi-final. Imagine if it was Newcastle v Arsenal in the semi-final or in the final. That would just be amazing, wouldn't it? But they've both got to win these 2 games first. Yeah, it's going to be very hard for them. But here's the table, obviously. We're still in 13th. We're only 4 points behind Arsenal, which is pretty mad, considering they've got more quality players than us, but they're just having a shocker this season. And even Arsenal only 6 points off 5th in Man United, because if City's European ban gets upheld, then that could easily be a 5th place and 8th place could be for European. It looks like, I think Arsenal will probably just about squeak into Europa League, if not anything else. I really hope they don't, but I think they are going to, unfortunately. I just don't want them to play Europa League, because it's just so bad. As we go to the other side of the table, it's Bournemouth. It looks like Norwich are down by the looks of it. They've got to get at least 6 points, which is going to be hard for them. Then West Ham, Bournemouth, Villa are on the same points, and then Watford are only a point above them. Villa look like they're in trouble, but I just have a feeling, I think the 3 to go down are going to be West Ham, Bournemouth and Norwich, unfortunately. I like Bournemouth. I'd always want to go to Bournemouth, but unfortunately I think they're going to go down because they just don't look at it. They've not scored. They've not scored a goal yet since the restart, neither of West Ham. Villa have scored like 2 goals. Norwich haven't scored. Watford have scored 1. Yeah, it's going to be tight. I think Brighton are now safe, probably, just about. The mid-table's very packed, as you can see. From Southampton, 37 points to about Crystal Palace, only 5 points in it, really. But that is mid-table for you. So yeah, there you go. There's this week's episode. I will be back on Monday to review what's happened in the FA Cup and whether my teams have got through. Hopefully they have. And I'll preview the next round of fixtures. So thanks for watching and please subscribe.